Episode 202 of the Attitude Era series. Raw has beat Nitro 96 times to 38 times, with Nitro beating us. The last 41 shows have had an 88 rating or better. That is, the King of the Ring is the last show to have a sub 88 rating, and that was 41 shows ago. And that was only the 11th show in TEW in 2016. So, it was an adaptation period. And it's January 9th on SmackDown. We had, Val Venus challenging Kurt Angle to a rematch for the title. Bob Holly defeated Taz after Taz signed with WCW. I was like, shit, gotta get the hardcore title off him. Now I'm just gonna not bury him per se, but have him go on a losing streak. Rikishi was attacked by Jericho, giving Jericho a stink face on Raw. And then Goldust interrupted Triple H in like an opening promo. Then I lost Triple H in main event. We discovered that Goldust and Triple H have poor chemistry in the ring. So, that's that's the fourth one I've seen where poor chemistry. It is what it is, but let's get it started today's show. The show starts off with Rock, Jericho, Mankind in the ring, talking about who should be number one contender. This leads to Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince coming out saying, you three of you will fight in the main event tonight, and the winner faces Triple H at the next pay-per-view. Basic promo, basic, introduction to Raw. Following out, we get an Owen Hart versus Lance Storm, and a little bit of a disappointment, I gave this match 16 minutes. I gave it time. I was hoping, something better. I guess because the storyline's low heat, whatever that means. What's low heat? But overall, a little disappointing because I gave this time. I was hoping for it to work. But Owen Hart defeated Lance Storm by DQ when William Regal ran in and attacked Owen Hart, leading to, the Un-Americans getting some heat on Owen Hart post-match. After Owen Hart coming back and getting a lot of heat, getting his comeuppance against the Un-Americans. Following that, we see Marvel's versus Rabid Dog. Here, the Rabid Dog loses again when Road Dogg takes a pin, and I pulled the trigger. Dave Bautista, turning heel, is now a heel. He beat the shit out of Road Dogg. It's I would say when he turned, he just did it. Attacked him, beat the shit out of him. I wouldn't say it's an emotional thing, like how Batista turned on Ray. That was huge. That was emotional. I wouldn't call it that big of a heel turn. I don't see Dave going to the main event right now. Just looking at his in-ring skills and his entertainment skills, he's mid-carder, and then we'll see where I go. I don't know if he's gonna be an Evolution, but there's a high chance he is. Yeah, but you never know. That's 2-3 years now. Following that, we see Crash Holly defeating Bob Holly to become Hardcore Champion. Bob Holly defeated Taz. Crash is now a 3-time Hardcore Champion. I was going to keep it on Bob for a while, but he got in a backstage brawl with Bradshaw. And I was like, you know what, I'm not having it. And gave Crash the title. Now, Bob Holly versus Bradshaw, I don't want to know who won that fight, because that's probably a damn good fight. Following that, Kurt Angle appears and he says, "You know what, Val Venus, you seem like a nice guy. I'm gonna give you the rematch for my Intercontinental title." Just basic Kurt Angle, goofy dork stuff. Following that, Chris Candido comes in the ring. He says, "Eddie Guerrero, you got lucky against me twice. I'm not gonna let it happen the third time. Me and you, next show, I'm kicking your ass." And Eddie didn't come out. Eddie's not there or whatever. Announces to cover it. This feud is money. It's just Eddie and Chris proving who's better. And, some angles like that can be okay. Like Eddie Guerrero and X-Pac had a feud like that where who's better. It was disappointing. This is anything but disappointing. This could be a main event program right now. It practically is number 2. It is a number 2 program in the show behind the world title with Triple H. Well, it didn't even kickstart yet. Following that, we see Taz lose to Mark Henry here. Just continuing Taz, he's on his way out. Let's have him get beat a couple times. Following that, Raven cuts a promo where he's talking about Undertaker and why he attacked him. My build with this match is going to be a lot of this. So unless the rating crashes, then I'm going to have put Raven in the match to get him over, have him beat someone like, Mankind, like a main eventer to get him ready for Taker. Following that, we see a video package hyping Vince McMahon, Stone Cold throughout the years, and basically how that started, where it's at now, the Survivor Series. And then next week, Stone Cold will make his return. It reveals at the end. And then another classic, again a 99 rating. This is like the fifth 99 rating we had in the past month. Mankind pins Chris Jericho by the double arm DDT to become #1 contender against Triple H at the next pay-per-view, which I don't remember what it's called, but Mankind's not a #1 contender. This leaves Rock in a situation where, okay, what's he do? And I think Chris Jericho is going to go to Rikishi. Overall, really good show. Continuing the streak. Excuse me. And, I think we're going to beat WCW, but WCW's booking recently has been pretty damn good. Alright, so right away I noticed the main event. And then Sting defeated Hogan after last week Hogan defeating Sting. So my guess is they're in the program. We see VK Wall Street defeating Chuck Palumbo, and disappointing. Rick Steiner retained his TV title. Big Show and Chris Canyon to a pretty damn good match. Ric Flair defeating some jobber guy. And then the main event. Overall, decent show. Confrontation with Flair and Bret Hart. 81 rating. A little bit of disappointment. A little bit. They're using their over guys right. And I think that's interesting. But WCW's putting up some competition, but we're beating that ass. 97, so we're almost beat them 100 times now. That's going to be it for this show. This is going to be the format from now on. After our last two shows, I think you guys got it. I'm probably talking about this to death, but I think you'll understand. So next episode, will be the SmackDown and then Raw. So I thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Later. Wow, 6 minutes. Actually, you know what? I feel like I should show you guys this, just so you know what I was talking about. Now, right away, you notice a pretty damn good brawler. Batista's, I think so, a pretty damn good brawler. Damn good babyface. Decentish on entertainment skills. I wish he was better. That's the reason he's not a main eventer. But, when I gave Chris Candido a shot, he had a sick. I'll show you Chris Candido's promos and stuff after this. When I gave Chris Candido a main event push, he went from a 68 on the microphone to 88 now, since we started TEW 2016, and I didn't change it whatsoever. The in-ring skills, the psychology's good, consistency's good. With the other stuff, I want to go up before I give him a huge push. Let's show you Candido's stuff. Because then I gave Chris his main event push. He took the ball and ran with it. Let's show you this way so you see his improvement. Right away you see improvements in his brawling, especially in his brawling. Here you see psychology. It went up by 10 points. That's huge because psychology is huge in the game. And his consistency is very high. He's very consistent. Very happy with that. His selling is gone up. Everything's gone up here. Pretty decent amount. And, I think it's because he's been working with guys like The Rock, Mankind, Stone Cold, Triple H. He's been in with the top guys in the company, and it showed. Here, his stamina's only been getting better because he's in more main events. And then this is what I want you guys to see. I have not edited this at all. He's current headaches, like shoot protege and the thing. So like he'll say, current headache helped his protege Chris Candido on working on the microphone, and obviously here it happened and here it happened, and then maybe I think this is when he's feuding with Stone Cold, The Rock, and Mankind, and this, but you see the jumps here, 68 to 86. That's an 18 boost. This is a 20 boost in charisma. Very happy with that, and Chris Candido honestly is on his way to being one of the top guys in the game for me. Fantastic character. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. Like I said earlier, I'll talk to you next time. Later.